It should be the last bag I am unboxing this year. Okay, hear me out. I've actually had this bag since August. I just haven't filmed any YouTube videos since then because I was in the process of moving and unpacking. But I wanted to talk about this bag because this brand has been all over the internet recently, and I'm sure you already know what I'm talking about based on the title, but this bag is from The Row, and I purchased this bag when I was in New York a few months ago, and I've been sitting on the fence about this bag because I wasn't sure how big it was. I didn't want to order it online, pay all that money, and then have to like return it. It just seemed like such a hassle. So when I was in New York, I was like, okay, we're gonna check out the boutique. If I find anything or if I like this bag, I will get it. And it was also at that point for me where I had just moved to Vegas. I had just quit my previous job and was starting a new job, and it just felt like a great celebratory gift for myself, and also a really great way to remember my New York trip. So here is the Park Tote in the medium size. I did get it in white, which is very bold of me to get in a tote bag style especially. However, I really love the size of this, and I also love that it's in a lighter color because I don't really have many bags that are in white, and actually it's more of like a cream color than like a bright white. And I have the stuffing in it right now, so let me take that out real quick. This way I can like really push out the tote and you can see it for what it is. Like for a medium-sized tote, this isn't what I envisioned it to look like. I was actually leaning more towards the small size until I saw it in person, and I was like, wait, that's a little too small for me. So the medium size was absolutely perfect, and I have worn it a lot as well whenever I'm like running errands like in Vegas and I just want to have a bigger bag. This is probably the largest bag I own right now and use, and I also love that it's something different and it's in a cream color because I have way too many black bags right now. I do not need another one. But even right now, just feeling the leather, it's so freaking supple and so smooth. I understand why there is so much hype around The Row right now. The only thing I will say is that the inside is suede lining, or like a form of suede lining. I have to double check, but it doesn't have like any pockets or anything on the interior. I do have a bag insert that I use that I purchased off Amazon, and it works really well with this size. So I don't need anything fancy, but I just wanted to protect the lining on the inside. It has these two strings that you could tie together if you wanted to like close the bag, but honestly, I don't even touch those. I don't use them. Some things I want to mention is that there are no feet at the bottom of this bag, which may be a deal breaker for some. For me, I'm not too worried about it. I've actually set this down like on the floor, on chairs, just like on different surfaces, and it still looks really clean. But I do want to say, because this is the cream color, I am definitely like taking care of it more every time I finish using the bag. So I'll like wipe it down, I'll check the corners. And honestly, there's like no corner wear, like maybe just like a little like dirt right now that I just need to wipe off, but nothing too crazy. And something really cool that I love about this bag is that I am able to travel with it. So when I was in New York and I purchased this bag, they gave it to me in the dust bag, and then they put it in like a massive shopping bag. But from my understanding, these do not come in boxes either, like similar to my Goyard bag. But it was fine because even if it did come with a box, I would have had to forfeit it and leave it in New York with my friend, just because the bag that it came in was incredibly massive. If you saw that unboxing, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, going back to the travel aspect, you can actually just like fold this and it lays flat on top of your things, like in your luggage. So this is pretty much how I had it in my luggage, and it was perfect because I only traveled with a carry-on, and I did buy some extra stuff in New York. So this was so perfect to just like be in the dust bag. I had the tissue paper in here, and it literally just was nice and flat. So big perk if you are looking for, you know, like a good travel bag. I think this is going to be so great, especially when I go on an international trip next year and I just want to like carry a bunch of stuff with me, but also having like a really chic bag. You know, with a white bag comes greater responsibility. I will say, I think I wore it with my denim shorts once and there wasn't any color transfer, but obviously don't risk it, because once there's color transfer, there's really nothing they can do about it. Like, you could do your best to clean it, but I'm not trying to risk it because this is still an expensive bag. And for some of you who may be wondering why I ended up purchasing this bag in particular out of all of the Row bags that are offered, granted, a lot of the other style bags from The Row are not really my style. However, I felt like this was a really good price point for a fully leather bag. That is pretty rare these days. And also it just feels like an impeccable leather. It is so freaking soft. I don't want to compare it to Hermes, but when I first felt it in person, it really reminded me of my Picotin, or the Picotin I used to have. And it was just like that level of like soft leather. But that was one of the big reasons why I wanted to purchase this. Also, the shoulder drop is perfect. I am 5'1" or 5'2" depending on my doctor's measurement, but this sits so nicely on the shoulder. It's also very light by itself because a lot of leather bags tend to be on the heavier side, but this is like a good weight. It's not going to feel like you're dragging your shoulder down, which is what I really liked. So the strap drop was fantastic, even though it's not adjustable. The quality of the bag is fantastic. The price point was really great for me and what I was looking for in a style bag kind of like this. They also have a version that has like gold hardware on the side, which was so freaking beautiful. However, I would prefer that one in black. I kind of like that this is just fully blank canvas, and I do put some bag charms on it for fun too, just to spice it up. But moving on to what fits inside, I found the insert I was talking to you all about. I will link this down below because I wasn't even looking for this part in particular. It was just a bag insert I had for another bag, and it just happened to work really well. So it looks like this, just goes in like that, and this canvas part goes all the way to the top. I don't know how this like fits so flush with my bag. Like you can barely see the bag insert, and usually I even fold it down halfway because this adds like an extra level of security. Like if I were to travel, there's a drawstring option that I can like close the bag kind of like this so that no one can like be easily reaching in and out. But honestly, I'm in Vegas, like it's pretty chill out here, and because this is such a low-key bag, like no one's gonna look twice. But I usually fold it down like this so that the bottom portion is nice and protected, and then I'll just put my stuff in here. I don't remember the exact measurements, but I will say I have my MacBook Pro here and it will not fit inside, unfortunately. So if you are thinking about like, oh, is this a good work bag? I would say size up if you want something that fits your laptop. Even if you do size up in this bag, I don't know if I would want to be carrying a laptop around in it. There is some like structure and like reinforcement, but I feel like because of this leather style, things may start to sag over time depending on how much weight you put into it. So just something to consider. But with this bag, I can carry like all my essentials. I could put a water bottle in here, you know, like I have my hand sanitizer, wallet, hand cream, lippies. Oh, actually, I also have a pouch that I like to pack up and put in this bag. Let me find it. I recently got this little mini pouch from Stony Clover. It was so freaking cute, and I just put like tampons, things that I, you know, want to carry all in one place. And this also fits really well in here. Right now I have band-aids in here because I just came back from a work trip and I needed band-aids just in case because I was wearing heels. But if I really want to be organized, I could literally just put my hand sanitizer in here, my lippy. If I had tampons, I would put it in here, zip this up, and it just fits so nicely inside, and it keeps things super organized. My phone fits in here, obviously. Like there's so many things I could fit in here and load up this bag. I've also carried around my vlog camera in here, so definitely very spacious. I think an iPad would fit in here as well. I know the mini one would. I would double check on like the bigger sizes because I'm so out of the loop with iPads these days. But this holds a very substantial amount, and it's just a great bucket style tote. But that is all I have for today's video. If you've been wondering if you think the row is worth it or not, I definitely understand the hype, and I do think certain bags are worth it. Some of their other bags can go up to like the 4 or 5K range, and at that point I'm thinking that's like Chanel territory and like even Hermes territory. So just make sure to do your own research and see what is worth it to you. But as always, if you have any other questions, let me know down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you want to see more of me, I am on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!